This is called the sloping lips experiment. It's a rather weird one, this. What you need, as you can see, is a little piece of card. Now I'm actually using my business card, which is what I give to people so they can have all my details on it. It's very nice, isn't it? And I've got a nice picture on the back as well. But you don't need to use a business card. They're handy if you've got one because it's about the right size. If you've got a credit card to hand, if you're a grown-up doing this, credit card's good. But otherwise, a piece of card like that is perfect, okay? Make sure it's clean, particularly on the edge we're going to be using. So I'm going to use that edge for this experiment, and one of the smaller edges, because you're going to be touching someone's lips with it. So make sure it's nice and clean, please, the best you can anyway. You need a friend to do this with, because you can do this on your own, to be honest, but it's a bit fiddly with a card. Once you see what I'm going to do, I'm sure you can figure out another way of doing it on yourself, because it is a bit weird. But it's best to do it with someone else, I think. I'm going to ask you to do this to somebody else, okay? So get your friend, tell them just to stand in front of you with their eyes closed, lips together. Ask them maybe to stick their lips out a tiny bit. If they've got lips like this, don't want that. You want their lips sticking out just a teeny bit. So maybe they can pucker their lips a bit. Not kissing, that's no good. They'll just gently poke it out if they need to, but it should be all right, just ordinary, like that. Okay? And while they're standing with their eyes closed, remember, eyes closed, you just take the card and put it up against their lip vertically. So you have it upright like that, straight up and down. And gently push it against their lip, like that. You can hold it there and ask them to notice which way up the card was. You can say to them, which way did it feel? Did you say, was it laying over, was it upright? What could you feel? Then tell them, keeping their eyes shut, ask them, this is a bit fiddly now, you have to say to them, can you put one finger on your top lip and one finger down here? You could show them, say, look, open your eyes actually, look what I want you to do. Say, put one finger here, one finger there, and pull your lips in different directions. Watch. Like that. Make sure there's a bit of a gap between, so don't have their fingers near the gap. Because now, I'll try not to talk silly while I'm doing this. When they're holding their lips like that, I want you to get the card and again, put it vertically upright between where their fingers are holding, right? So you're gonna have to imagine this while I'm showing you. Imagine they're standing in front of you like this, holding their own lips. And you touch that there while they're holding their lips. And again, take it away and say, which way was it that time? And see if they can tell you. Have fun. Now, I hope this is what you discovered, that when you ask them to stand there in front of you, without any fingers there at all, just lips normally closed, when you did that, I'm pretty certain that pretty much everybody you do this with, certainly everybody I've done it with, can feel that the card is vertically, like that. But here's where it gets weird. I hope you notice this. Usually when people do that, okay, and you do that, they tell you it feels like it's leaning over. Now this particular way I'm showing you now, there, watch carefully. I can feel it a bit even then, to be honest, so my lips stayed in position a bit. It feels to me like it's leaning that way, and it will to your friend as well. So when my lips are in that position, it feels to me, even with my eyes open, but then I'm not looking at it, it feels to me like it's that way. And I'm hoping you found the same with your friend. So what's going on? Now, to understand this one, you need to remember that your brain has a map of your whole body inside of it, and all the positions where things are compared to each other. So for example, if I asked you to stick your arm out and say, right, quick, touch your nose, you could do that, no problem, couldn't you? If I moved your arm for you and put your arm up there, so right, touch your nose, no problem. You can do it really quick, because your brain can constantly monitor the positions of things. Your brain also, of course, can tell which way around your fingers are to each other, which one should be next to which one, and where your lips are compared to each other. Now, of course, normally, that little bump there under your nose that most of us have is, of course, lined up with the middle of your lip there, okay? So they line up with each other. And your brain expects that to be the case. So when I touch them both, my brain knows that the top part of my lip is next to that part of lip here, and when I touch it, my brain thinks, oh, I'm being touched. In the middle here, I can feel being touched there, and they're normally next to each other, so the thing that's touching me must be there to there to there to there, so it must be vertical. Okay, so that's why you felt it like that. Think about it now. You have to concentrate a bit more for this one probably. I stretch my lips that way. Now, I can't really talk like that, but now they're not in their normal position, are they? That is more over this side, isn't it? It's that way. And this bit is more that way. So I've actually moved my lips out of their normal position. So, when I get my card and put it vertically on those twisted lips, now that card was touching my lip about there and that lip about there. So we're touching them about there. And because in normal position, they're not next to each other. One's there and one's there. Remember it was like and there. My brain thinks, hang on a minute, that's been touched over there. That's been touched over there. They're not above each other. There must be something like that, linking them together. And your brain feels as if it's something that's sloping that way, linking them. So that's why it feels like that. Okay, what about a couple of things you could change? Right, I'll give you 2 examples. How about, when you watch me, you saw me pull it, How about asking your friend to do it the other way? And see if it still works. And see if you can predict what you think would happen, okay? So that's the first thing you could do. What about changing the angle you start off on? Because remember, when we first did this, we put the card vertically. Every time we were always touching their lips that way up, weren't we? How about you start it leaning over? So when their lips close like that, again, don't tell them which way you're doing it, right? And then when they bend their lip, do the same way and see what you notice. Of course, then you could do the other way, couldn't you? See if you can think of anything else you could do.